Hi everybody and welcome to Budget with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany. I'm so excited to have you here today. I am going to be doing kind of a special video today where I'm going to be talking about my debt and do a kind of a debt update for basically 2024, where I started at the beginning of the year and where I am now. So let me jump right in. So I have two debts my husband and I should say, we have two debts. We've managed to pay off all of our other debts, which at this point in time has come out to be like $187,000 or approximately. I think it was a little bit higher than that. For kind of a breakdown of that, you can watch my debt story video. I'll link to that here. And so we basically just have my student loans that I got from both undergrad and when I got my master's degree, and then we have our mortgage. So and actually let me see about zooming in a little bit. So my student loan has been with many different people. I don't remember who it was with originally, but then it was with Nelnet and MyFedLoan, and I don't even remember. It's been with so many different servicers, and now it's with Mohela. And originally, the reason it's with them is that for a little while I did work for the state of North Carolina and was doing the public student loan forgiveness process with working for them, but I only ended up working about 3 years for them before going back out into kind of the private world and away from government service. And so, but since I started down that road, I'm stuck with them, even though they haven't been bad. I've had worse, but still not the greatest. So, let's see. So my current minimum payment is $337.71. It's due on the 8th of each month, and with the 0.25 interest rate reduction by having auto payment, my interest rate is 1.375. It's that low because when I took these student loans out, that was what the interest rates were. So I'm not super in a hurry to pay them off, but I also don't really want them to stick around forever. But I think they'll be paid off within, I think it's like by like 2031 or something, or 2030, I don't know. So our starting balance as of the end of 2023 was $25,995.36. So at the beginning of the year, I switched from income-based repayment to income continue. I think it's the ICR instead of the IBR. I forget what it stands for. So my payments changed just based on the way they calculate it. So back when I first was doing it, I paid $281.34 as my minimum payment. And then in February, I just decided to take that same payment but round it up. And then in March was when the change to the $337.71 happened, and I decided to round it up to $350. And then April again paid $350, same in May, same in June. And then in July, we had just transitioned, still staying with Mohela, but they were changing it over to a different payment platform. And I was trying to make sure everything was set up correctly, and somehow there ended up being an accidental double payment. It was fine. I just took the extra $350 out of our emergency fund. It was fine. We've already made up the money at this point from interest and stuff. So I still have $15,000 in there. But apparently I forgot to write down the current balance, so let me grab that. So with the double payment in July. My balance is now $23,545.88. And then with the change to this different website, with an automatic payment, you can't automatically set it up to pay extra if you're on an income-based repayment, one of the income-based repayment plans, whatever, whether it's IBR or ICR or SAVE or any of those. So now going forward in August, it's just going to be the $337.71. But let's see, so with payments, so far we've brought down, and then adjusting for the interest, we've paid down $2,204.24 so far this year. So be glad when all of that money is going towards savings instead of paying down student loans. And then for our mortgage, just making sure it's in frame. Our minimum payment is $1,482.63. It's due on the 1st, and our interest rate is 3.25%. When we originally bought the house, I think it was like 3.8 something percent. And then in 2022, right before I changed jobs, we refinanced when the interest rates were super low. Obviously it didn't bring down our interest rate a lot because we were already at like 3.8 or something, but it still brought it down to 3.25. And we locked in a 15-year mortgage instead of a 30-year mortgage. So our payment went up a little bit, but it didn't change a whole lot. So our starting balance, and I apologize, I write super small, at the end of 2023 was $186,494.21. So we have pretty much always just made the payment be $1,500, and then we've been, especially at the beginning of the year before our whole retaining wall stuff came, we were trying to put a bunch extra to pay it down, even though interest rate's not that high, but we'd like to try to get it paid off within the next 10 years, if not sooner. So in January, we were able to pay $1,861.84. February, we were able to do $1,950. March, we bumped up our minimum payment to $1,700 from $1,500. And that was all we did. And then April, we were able to put $2,314. May, we just went back to the $1,700. Same in June. And then July was when we knew we were going to have to fully commit to doing the retaining wall and saving extra for that. So then we dropped the payment back down to the $1,500. So our current mortgage stands at $177,224.67. So since the beginning of the year, we have paid down, after accounting for interest, $7,912.79. So almost $8,000. So yeah, so I think I'm hoping that maybe we can put a little extra towards our mortgage this year. Feel like we're good on the amount that we're putting towards our retaining wall, and feel like we're on point to pay for to save for our 100 envelope challenge. And then our sinking funds are relatively covered. So I think my rollover money going forward or not my rollover, but like the money that I didn't spend week to week on like groceries and stuff, I might put towards paying down our mortgage a little faster, but haven't fully decided on that. Still deciding. So, but yeah, so that is where we stand with our debt. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I'm probably gonna do this maybe quarterly, just because I feel like there's not a whole lot to report month to month, but especially with there only being 2 debts. So yeah, so if you have any questions or want to know more about something, please leave a comment. I'm happy to answer. But other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.